In the shadowed tapestry of Norse mythology, where gods stride across the rainbow bridge of Bifrost and the roots of Yggdrasil entangle the fates of mortals and immortals alike, there exists a figure shrouded in silence and resolve. Among the resounding legends of Odin, the Allfather, and the thunderous exploits of Thor, there stands a god whose name is spoken less often, yet whose role in the saga of the world's end is crucial. This is Víðarr, the silent Avenger. In the halls of Asgard, home of the gods, tales swirl of battles, betrayals, and destinies woven by the Norns. Here, amidst the shining company of the Aesir, Víðarr keeps his quiet vigil. He is a son of Odin, yet unlike his brothers, he does not clamor for glory or boast of his deeds. His very name whispers of his purpose, Víðarr, the Avenger, or more intimately, the Silent Avenger. It is a name heavy with promise, with patience, and with an unwavering strength that is felt more than seen. Víðarr's story begins with his lineage as the son of Odin and Rindr, a goddess from the realm of Jotunheim, land of the giants. From this union comes a being set apart, not as radiant as Baldur, nor as wrathful as Thor, nor as cunning as Loki. Víðarr is different. His presence is not marked by thunder or light, but by a steadfast calm. He is the stillness before the storm, the quiet power that endures when all else is swept away. Though he walks among gods known for their splendor and might, Víðarr remains unassuming. He does not seek the limelight of the battlefield, nor does he boast of feats in mead halls. Yet within him dwells a strength unrivaled, a power that can withstand the fiercest onslaughts. The sagas tell that Víðarr is second only to Thor in might, and that he is destined for a role that none other can fulfill. He is a god of action, not of words, a living embodiment of silent determination. This silence is not emptiness, but a reservoir of purpose. Víðarr's loyalty to his father Odin is unbreakable, his patience legendary. He waits, not idly, but with the knowledge that his time will come, and when it does, he will act with swiftness and certainty. The gods of Asgard know him as the quiet sentinel, the one who will not falter when the end draws near. And so it is, in the prophecy of Ragnarok, the end and rebirth of all things, that Víðarr's destiny is forged. Ragnarok is the day when the skies will darken, the seas will boil, and the very fabric of the world will tremble. A day of reckoning where gods and monsters will clash in a final cataclysmic battle. In this twilight of the gods, Víðarr's role is both simple and profound. The seers have spoken. Odin himself will fall to Fenrir, the monstrous wolf born of Loki's line. The Allfather, despite his wisdom and might, is fated to meet his end in the jaws of this beast. But the story does not end with Odin's demise, for Víðarr, the Silent Avenger, is destined to rise. The Battle of Ragnarok unfolds in chaos. The gods of Asgard, valiant and desperate, face their doom against the forces of the giants and the dead. Amidst the roar of battle, Fenrir breaks free from his fetters, his hunger and rage unbound. Odin, knowing his doom, confronts the beast. The struggle is fierce, but prophecy holds true. Odin is swallowed whole by the ravenous wolf. In the echoing silence that follows, Víðarr steps forward. He is not shaken by grief, nor does he hesitate. His purpose has always been clear, to avenge his father. Upon his feet are shoes crafted from centuries' worth of scraps of leather, every discarded piece, every offering, collected by the gods for this very moment. These shoes are more than mere armor. They are the symbol of unyielding resolve, of the patience that comes from waiting for the right moment to strike. With his sword in hand and silence as his shield, Víðarr confronts Fenrir. The wolf is massive, its fur as dark as night, its eyes burning with the fires of chaos. Yet Víðarr does not flinch. He drives his foot, clad in the fabled shoe, onto Fenrir's lower jaw, pinning it to the ground with a force that even the wolf cannot resist. With the strength that comes from centuries of waiting, he seizes the upper jaw with his hand and wrenches the beast's mouth open. The world seems to hold its breath. No words are spoken, for none are needed. In this moment, Víðarr's silence becomes the roar of justice, of vengeance, of destiny fulfilled. With a final titanic effort, he tears Fenrir's jaws asunder, ending the terror that had consumed gods and men alike. It is not a victory born of rage or pride, but of duty, a silent promise kept. Víðarr's vengeance is not for the sake of hatred, but for the balance that must be restored. As Fenrir falls, so too does the age of the old gods draw to a close. Yet, from the ashes of Ragnarok, something new can emerge. As the fires of destruction die down and the world is remade, Víðarr endures. He is among the few gods who survived the cataclysm, stepping into the dawn of a new age. The silence that defined him through the chaos does not fade. He does not seek acclaim or recognition for his deeds. He does not boast of his victory over Fenrir, nor does he claim dominion over the new world. Instead, Víðarr remains as he always has been, steadfast, resolute, and quietly watchful. In the renewed world, Víðarr stands as a guardian, not of glory but of order. His silence is the foundation upon which the new era is built. He is a reminder that even when all seems lost, when the world is engulfed in darkness and despair, the strength to endure and restore can come from the most unassuming sources. His very existence is a testament to the power of quiet determination and the necessity of balance. Within the sagas, Víðarr is often overlooked, overshadowed by gods whose stories are louder and more dramatic. Yet, it is his story that endures as a symbol of silent resilience. The Norse held Víðarr as the very embodiment of vengeance, not the vengeance of wrath and fury, but the vengeance of justice, of fulfilling a promise without the need for praise. In the aftermath of Ragnarok, the world is not the one that was lost. The gods who remain must rebuild, to forge a new order upon the ruins of the old. Víðarr's place in this new world is not as a king nor as a conqueror, but as a silent protector. His presence is a constant, a quiet force that ensures the mistakes of the past are not repeated. The legacy of Víðarr reaches beyond the bounds of myth. In his silence, there is a lesson for all who face the storms of life. Strength does not always wear the face of bravado or speak in triumphant tones. Sometimes, true power lies in the ability to endure, to act when the time is right, and to let actions speak for themselves. Víðarr's tale is a reminder that vengeance, when tempered with patience and purpose, can set things right. Yet, it is not vengeance alone that defines him. It is his ability to withstand, to persist, and to fulfill his destiny without being consumed by it. He does not lament what is lost, nor does he dwell on the past. Instead, he looks forward, ever watchful, ever silent. In the new dawn, as the world heals and grows, Víðarr's footsteps echo as a promise that the balance will be kept, that justice will be served, and that silence can be as mighty as any war cry. Throughout the halls of Norse lore, the image of Víðarr remains, standing tall amidst the storm, unmoved by chaos, a beacon of patient strength. When the world shuddered and the gods fell, it was he who remained unbroken, whose silence spoke of hope and renewal. In the end, Víðarr's story is not just that of a son avenging his father. It is the story of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds, of a quiet resolve that does not falter even as the world crumbles, of a hero who acts, not for the sake of glory, but because it is right. For those who listen closely to the old stories, Víðarr's silence is not emptiness, but fullness, of purpose, of strength, of an unyielding spirit. He teaches that sometimes, in the noise and fury of the world, it is the steadfast, silent heart that endures. So, what can we learn from the silent Avenger? Perhaps it is this, that when darkness falls and all seems lost, it is not always the loudest who prevail. Sometimes, true strength is quiet. It waits, it endures, and when the moment comes, it acts with a force that cannot be denied. Víðarr's silence is a call to each of us to find our own inner strength, not in words, but in deeds, in patience, in the willingness to stand firm when others falter, in the courage to act when the time is right, and in the wisdom to do so without seeking reward. As the Norse myths remind us, even in the face of destruction, there is hope for renewal. And in that renewal, the spirit of Víðarr endures, a guardian of balance, a silent avenger, and a symbol of the quiet power that lies within us all. In this world, where noise often drowns out meaning, the story of Víðarr invites us to consider the strength of silence, to remember that sometimes the greatest victories are won not with shouts and songs, but with calm resolve and unwavering action. And so, as the storm passes and a new world dawns, Víðarr steps forward, not as a conqueror, but as a keeper of order, a silent witness to the enduring power of resilience. His story lives on, a testament to the fact that, in the end, it is often the quietest among us who possess the greatest strength. In the heart of Norse mythology, amidst the clash of gods and monsters, Víðarr's legend stands as a beacon, not of noise, but of calm, not of bluster, but of endurance. And as the tales are told and retold, his legacy reminds us, in this world, sometimes, silence is the truest form of strength.